The abdominal group of muscles are an incredibly important group of muscles. The abdominal group of muscles attach the upper body to the lower body, and they form part of what we call the core muscles. The core muscles need to be strong. While working out the abdominal muscles, the commonest exercise that we use are the abdominal crunches. For doing the abdominal crunches, you can place your legs on the floor, which can be kept under a stool as I am demonstrating here, or they can be kept on top of the stool as well, bending your knees at a right angle. Both of these work out the muscles slightly differently, as we will explain in the subsequent slides. When the feet are kept on the ground, you need to anchor them under a stool or under a bed or something when you're working out at home, so that the feet do not move, and therefore the lever of this particular action remains at the abdominals, so that the abdominal muscles get a good workout. As you come closer to the stool, which means that as your knee bends more and more, the exercise gets more and more difficult, and as you are away from the stool, that is, the knees are kept more relaxed and are not flexed completely, the exercise becomes easier. So if you want to harden the exercise or make it harder, bring your hips closer to your heels by bending your knees as much as possible. The upper body needs to be relaxed, and I typically perform the crunches by folding my arms across the front of my chest. You should not use your arms or your elbows behind your neck or flex your neck as shown in this diagram, because this will go ahead and cause your neck muscles to become very stiff and can even give you a neck pull, and it will also not work the abdominal muscles as much as they are supposed to. Some people utilize their arms for pulling forwards. This is also a wrong motion because you are using momentum. So the key to do the abdominals is to crunch up slowly and come down slower still against gravity, so that your abdominal muscles are contracting as they are being raised up. The key is to make sure that you inhale while you're coming downwards and exhale with your mouth with force as you're going upwards. So inhale as you come down, and watch my mouth or my lips pursing and blowing out air as I'm going outwards, thereby causing the abdominal muscles to contract further and giving them a good workout. The crunches should also be done from one side to the other side. This works out a group of muscles called the external and the internal oblique, which are on either side of the rectus abdominis muscle. Now, when you do this particular exercise, your legs can remain in just the way as a normal crunch, but you're doing the crunch from one side to the other side. So when you're doing the crunches for the obliques, you must go ahead and ensure that you go from one side and touch your partner's hand on the other side. So someone is sitting on your legs, try and ensure you touch your partner's hand on the other side. This will make sure that your body rotates as you come up, thereby recruiting the external and the internal obliques. External and the internal obliques are very, very important, because these are responsible for giving you a lithe and a thin waist. The abdominals or the rectus abdominis actually is responsible for the abdomen being flat along with the transversus abdominis, but it's the obliques which will give you a thin waist, and therefore all rotatory movements of the spine are very important. The rotatory movements of the spine are also important in all racket sport. When you're going ahead and playing squash or tennis, or you're playing even golf, it is these muscles which contract on one side and relax on the other side, thereby causing the rotatory movement of the spine. And therefore you must do at least 5 sets each of the rotatory movements in order to make sure that you're ready for such sports and ready for the vigors of life, which would involve walking, rotating, etc. And your spine stays strong and supported during these movements with the help of the external oblique muscles which hold them in place. So when you work out your upper abdominals, you should work with the abdominal crunches. Do 5 sets of as many repetitions as you can do with the legs down. Then do 5 sets with the legs up on the stool and the knees at right angles. Then do 5 sets of the rotatory crunches for external and internal obliques. So 15 sets, as many reps as you can do, slowly utilizing and resisting gravity as you come down, not giving jerks to your spine, and breathing appropriately will make sure that your core muscles are activated strongly and you get very nice upper abdominals.